Hey friends and family, welcome to Marcie Creates. And today I have for you Bargain Bead Box Woodland Whimsy. And I'm pretty excited. It's more fall type colors, which if you've been following me on this channel, you know that I am just praying for fall. I think next week's going to be 107 every day with like a heat index of, I think they said 110 or higher. So yeah, I'm ready for fall. Very ready. But let's dig into this box. It's really got some unique things in it, and I just want to share it with you, and then maybe we'll do a project. So this says Unikite and Autumn Jasper combined with shimmering crystals and druzy agate to create a palette of red, olive, and apricot that blends color trends from late summer and early fall with whimsical mushroom motifs. We love the red crystal teardrops that look like mushroom caps, the detailed enamel pendants, and the natural beauty of Unikite. High quality findings in gold tones complete the collection. And there are 16 things in the box, and it's about a $20 subscription, and the value is $75. Now it does look here like the metals are lead-free, nickel-free, and cadmium-free, and then they have some hypoallergenic items in here too. And then they put approximate like what it would go for in price, you know, if you were to buy them separately. So let's get started. I don't do much with Unikite, so I did look it up, and we'll talk about like the meaning of the stone and everything. But let's get started. So number one is absolutely gorgeous. It is 2 pieces of 28 by 25 millimeter enameled brass mushroom charms, nickel free, cadmium free, and lead free. And you get 2 of them. Look at all the colors in that. It's so cute. You get 2. You can do a lot with that, so I'll put that over here. And then you got 2 pieces of Unikite brass faceted round links. So this is the Unikite. It's got red and green, some flecks of black. I see some flecks of like cream color, and these are faceted, softly faceted. I'm just gonna move them around. So beautiful links. I want to get into what the Unikite is all about, because again, I always like to know what's up with the stones if it's not something I'm familiar with. So Unikite is actually made out of red jasper, feldspar, and green epidote, which I guess that's, so it says kind of a quartz in here. It's considered a stone of vision, balance, and unity. It's believed to ground the self and bring emotions and spirit together. And a quote that's frequently associated with this stone is, "What comes together belongs together." It's a stone of unconditional love and connection to nature. It can be found in North Carolina, New Jersey, and Virginia. And another saying that is associated with this stone is one we're familiar with: carpe diem, living in the now. So that's Unikite. So we have a bunch of Unikite in this box. So let's continue. Number 3 is a Unikite faceted hexagon pendant, 28 by 25 millimeters. Now, mine has just green. It doesn't have any of the red flecks. Every one will probably be different, but you can see it's got some more gentle faceting, and there's a hole for you right there. So that's the pendant. And then we have a 15-inch strand of 8 millimeter Unikite rounds. So here are the round beads. They're really, all of them are very different from one another. That's what I love about gemstones. These come from nature. This is Mother Nature at her finest. And it's really a pretty stone once you get looking at it. Again, it's not something that I pick normally. I like the you know, the bright colors, but don't despair if this feels like too muted for you, because when you see some of these other colors that are in the box with it, it's gonna make this really stand out. So let's see, what else do we have? Okay, so we have now, the other stone we have is autumn jasper. So we have a 15-inch strand of autumn jasper round beads, 6mm. Now these are very similar to the Unakite. Well, the Unakite contains red jasper, as I mentioned, and this is just, I mean, they coordinate beautifully. It's really almost hard to tell the difference, but this is red jasper. And I also looked up some items on red jasper. So red jasper is kind of a warm brick red and avocado green. It's considered the nurturing stone. It's supposed to level out your spirit and help you focus on your purpose. Romans use this in mosaics. I can't, mosaics, listen to me. Mosaics, and these are part of the quartz family as well. This is a stone that shamans and like spiritual leaders would use in talismans and amulets, and assigned to wise men. The 3 wise men had these. And you can find this all over the world: Germany, Russia, US, Brazil, and France. Its healing properties are to breathe new life into your creativity or spirit, gives you a sense of, grounds you with a sense of purpose, and it's a lucky charm for creatives and actors. So lucky charm, jasper. So if you creative souls out there, get you some red jasper. All right, so 2 very cool stones with beautiful meanings. So next we have more autumn jasper. These are pebble beads, a 7.5-inch strand. So these are nice. I like the organic look to these. And they, again, coordinate nicely. You got a lot of the same colors going right now. You can see, though, if you add some brighter colors, that kind of ground, I mean, it pops from these. We'll get to that in a minute. All right, one of my absolute favorite types of stones, 10 pieces of electroplated agate druzy round beads, 10mm. Look at those. I love those. They're just so cool looking. I love that vein. Look at how that just kind of, it's like hidden treasure almost. Isn't that cool? Goes nicely with our group of beads. All right, 20 pieces of 7mm gold spacer leaf beads. Again, lead-free, cadmium-free, nickel-free. I think we've all seen these in different finishes, but they're a very nice spacer bead to use in a fall project. They also make really nice drops, and they look really pretty with our color palette here. So that is our leaf spacer beads. We also have 4 pieces of 19 by 10mm, 18 karat gold plated stainless steel leaf drops, and these are hypoallergenic. Let me get these out. They're very fine. They're like paper thin, but very detailed. Can you see the detail on those? So beautiful drops. I like those. And we also have some chain. This is a stainless steel gold chain, curb chain, 1 meter. I can always use chain, so that's nice. We also have a mushroom, oh, this is cute, a mushroom charm in the gold. Look at this guy. He's even come with a little jump ring, but also very detailed. Look at the top. And then the side, he's got little tiny mushroom underneath him. Really pretty. Okay, and then gold-plated brass leaf toggle clasp. I love toggles. This one's really pretty. Again, with the leaf theme. This is a very fall forward box, looking towards fall. And we have some 4mm. Here's some colors for you. So we have 4mm crystal bicone beads and an ivory champagne. 4mm. I think I said that about 12 times, but there you go. But very shimmery. Again, they're kind of a nice counterpoint to the dark, as you can see. And look how it looks with your charm. You know, you could pull some blue because you got blue right here too. A deep evergreen. We'll play with color in a little while, but you can certainly add some things to make this even more to your liking. You've got a little bit of a hint here, so take that as a cue. All right, let's see. Where did I leave off? The 4mm. Okay, 8mm 10-inch strand of crystal faceted coin beads in olive shimmer. So here we have a different shade of green. Boy, are those shiny. Isn't that pretty? It's subtle, but it's pretty. So you're bringing in, you could bring in even more green. And 15-inch strand of 6x4mm crystal rondelle beads in an opaque peach shimmer. So now you got a peach to kind of pick up the peach in those enamel pendants. And this is quite a bit. You got a lot. Very pretty. I like that. Now, here's the exciting color that I think you could grab more pieces from your stash and really make this a cool collection for yourself. And these are 20 pieces of 8mm crystal faceted drop beads in vermilion. And this is what they were saying, look kind of like mushroom caps. But look at that bright. Isn't that beautiful? See how it picks up the bright in that coin bead? So I would definitely, you could get some seed beads in this color. Definitely use this to pop, because look, when I lay this down, how much more exciting that looks with that red. And red and green are opposites on the color wheel, so it goes to show that those really do play nice together. All right. So that is the bargain bead box for this month, Woodland Whimsy. I think I'm gonna pull some things out of my stash and we'll do a quick project and maybe explore with some more colors. Maybe pull in some more peach or green or something like that. And I have a special tool to show you tonight. So let me get set up for that and I will be right back with our project. All right, so full disclosure, I had a second half to this video and it wouldn't load. So it seems like 2 seconds to you, but this is actually the next morning. So, because it was just too late to get the video out and I was getting tired. Anyway, I have put all the colors that came in the bargain bead box, and I'm going to show you now the colors that I picked to go with it. I just pretty much took colors from this really pretty pendant. You can see there's some blue in there and some more greens and some more reds, so that's pretty much what I did. This is what I'm going to be adding, possibly. And we're going to do something with this, which I'm going to show you the tool in a minute. But I went ahead and made this piece, but I'm going to show you how to do that. And yeah, we're going to make a focal piece, and then for Tutorial Tuesday, we'll make the rest of the necklace. So let's get started. I'm just going to move some of these things. We're going to do a focal with this guy right here. I'm just going to move this stuff. As you can see, that the colors are very rich, but they're very, I don't want to say dark, but they're, I can't think of the word. I like the Unakite and the red jasper, but I believe that it needs some color to go along with it. You know what? I better move these up here. And the reason why is because we're going to be working with some wire. And I know me, I will hit those beads. But anyway, got some leaves. These actually came from the bargain bead box. And I grabbed some little dragonflies. And then some seed beads. Some of the same kind of red. I love this blue. These colors together are going to be really great. And this is going to make the Unakite and the red jasper pop and make it more exciting to look at, I think. So I'm just going to pop this up here, and let me show you the tool. We're going to make, I'm just going to show you real quick. I've already made this piece for the necklace, for the focal piece, but I wanted to show you how to do this and what this little gadget is and what it does. And it's really see-through, so I'm trying to find something. This is it, by the way. See, it's really clear, but I wanted to see if I could find a piece of paper or something darker so you could see it on camera better. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, here we go. Sorry, that's shiny, but you get the gist. It's two little gears, okay, and then there's a hole right here in this little piece. And this is where you put your wire through, and then you turn this little guy with your wire in it, and it makes those crinkly things. And it comes with two sets. There's a more rounded piece. These just come off. Well, I don't want to do it right now, but they come off. They're just in there with little pegs. And you can get this on Amazon. It's by Artistic Wire. And this is something that Gem Hawks, we used this in the Spring Blooms, Beads and Blooms classes from Jesse James Beads. So we did a pendant, and I'm going to show you that, just so you get an idea. Now, I'm not making this pendant. I'm using this in a different way. But this is the pendant that we did. Oops. And as you can see, we've got a beautiful golem bead in here. And we did a round piece, and then we did put the zigzag piece around it. And there's the bail. So this bead has holes up and down through it, but as you can see, this is a charm, so we would have to do that differently anyway. So I'm gonna figure that out probably maybe for the next piece, because there's two of these, and maybe I'll bring that tutorial to you. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a version of this with one of these, and I will get to problem solving on how I attach. But for now, I'm going to do a different technique with this, and I am going to show you really briefly how to use this. So you don't want to use any gauge wire above 20. You can use 22 and 24. I think 26 is stretching it. It might snap. You could try it. But you basically take your 20 gauge and you just get a piece. You gotta think about these little crinkles make your piece shorter. So if you're going to be using a form, I would suggest making a very long one just so you don't run out, because it does use up a lot of wire with the crinkle. And let me see, I need to cut this. Now, I do recommend that doing this on a flat surface, and I've got a padded surface under me right now. But, you know, when you do it, if you do buy this, I'm going to put the link for this in my descriptions, the Amazon link. So I'm just warming this, okay? And then, oh, I might need these. You're going to put your wire through that hole. I hope you can see that. So you're going to put your wire through here, just like that. And then you want to make sure that your wire is kind of is kind of in the middle of this gear, like this, in the center. And getting it started is probably the hardest part. So I press down with my finger and I start twisting with my other hand. And as you can see, I'm really struggling. It is supposed to be easier once you use this quite a bit. Jem has had hers for years, and so it was very easy for her to turn it. Mine is still pretty new, so I grab my bent nose pliers and I use them for help, just so I can get some leverage. And as you can see, you can just let's see. Also, take your time. There we go. And there's your piece. Isn't that cool? And the rounded ones make it look more, it's less sharp. I don't know what I did with the rounded pieces, but I will maybe show you the rounded version on another video. So, artistic wire. I'm trying to think what it's called now. It's not called a zigzag. Crinkler. It's called a crinkler. Yeah. All right. So, what are we going to do with this? So, actually I have two pieces now. I'm going to make my, you know, some of my favorite things. So, those of you who've watched the channel for a while, you know I like to make focals. I'm going to take some, pardon me, some 18 gauge wire. Let me see how much. I don't know that I want to use all of this. But I do want to not to run out, so I'm gonna cut this. All right, and let's hand warm this. So this is the 18 gauge. Now the 18 gauge I don't recommend putting through that crinkler. You saw how I kind of had to work at it with the 20 gauge, so probably 22 would be easier. 20, 22, you know, whatever you got. All right. Now I need to find something round. I'm not going to make a full circle, but you can use anything. Let's see. This is my air spray for my computer, and I think I'm going to use this top piece. So let me do this. It might be not as rounded as I want it. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking like a half moon or something. So let's see. I don't want it quite that round. Yeah, that looks good to me. If you can see that. And I'm going to take my bail making pliers. What did I do with those? Here they are. Veil making pliers. Come here, mister. And I'm going to use my large one, but I'm going to use the smaller one on the large one. And I'm just going to make some loops on the ends. Just like that. Okay. When you get that little tool, you're going to have a blast with it. It's really fun. Okay, so I've got kind of a half moon thing here, and I think I'm going to make like a, oh, you know, the piece I just made maybe would work. So we're going to crinkle this. We're going to crinkle this. We're going to gently bend. Let's see. Yeah. I think I need to bend it just a little more. And that's what's nice about this. You can gently shape it if you want. And for those of you that didn't watch one of my, I think a week or so ago I showed you this. Here's an alternate way to use the crinkler. If you'll bear with me just a second while I get this necklace. I think a lot of you saw this, but if you're new to my channel, I did the crinkle on this heart. So you can embellish focal beads too, or focal pieces. And that, you know, you had to gently curve. This is my Frida necklace I made. I don't remember what video I showed you guys that in. I know it was recent. Okay, back to the project. So, yeah, I think I like that. And then let me just see. I want to see where the center is because that's where we want to put our, we're going to attach this to this with some 26 gauge wire, but I just want to see if we have a center. That's probably the center. Let me just, no, this is. I think this is right here. So we'll hang this from here. I'm just going to hang it with a jump ring. So I need to get those out. I'll do that shortly. But we're going to attach this right now. Or we're going to start to attach it because we're going to, actually, you know, so I think I'm just going to do a little, kind of wire wrapping with a bead. And the reason is then I can attach it right to the, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let me think about this a minute. I think we should grab some of the Unakite and maybe a blue bead and a red bead. Maybe the brick red. I think I want a small, maybe we'll do the jasper. It's smaller. What about a pebble bead? I think this is also red jasper. I'm trying to see where the hole is. Oh boy. Let's go back to this. I think if we just do a stack, that looks good. That'll be fine. Okay, so let me go ahead and wire wrap this. I'm going to use the 20 gauge again. we'll just go ahead and get our pendant ready. All right. So I'm just going to do a wire wrapped loop for the mushroom piece. Those mushrooms are cute, aren't they? Really pretty pendant. I love enameled pendants like that. Almost like cloisonne, which I love also. I don't think I met a bead or a treatment I didn't like, but you know, I do like the cloisonne idea, and this really feels like that. Okay. So right now I'm just wire wrapping this. I'm just going to do a couple of times around. Actually, I want that in the back where I want to cut it in the back where no one sees it. Okay. Tamp that down so no one gets scratched. And we'll add our beads. Let's see. Maybe I'll do a little bead cap on the Unakite. I did pull out some gold bead caps to go with this. Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty. There's just something about bead caps that really elevate a bead. Cute. Okay, and then we'll do our blue to pick up in our pendant. This is kind of like a cornflower blue, if you look at it really closely. And then a red. And that will be really cute hanging from there. So let's just make our other loop. Making a little bit smaller on the top there. Okay. I think I want to go around one more time. Get some pliers to help me. There we go. So I'm going to cut that in the back as well. Sorry, I'm a little hoarse this morning. In fact, I think I'll take a quick sip of coffee if you all don't mind. And then we'll wrap this. We'll attach. It has been so hot and dry here. Last week, I think it was, we've had, I don't even know how many days we've had over 100. We haven't beat the record, but it was 107 almost every day last week. And my lawn looks like it looks like it has fissures. It's so crazy. We really need rain. Any of you do any kind of rain dances? Could you send some rain our way? We need it. And schools are starting this week in a couple of days. I sure hope they're going to keep the kiddos in the gyms. I think it's too hot for kids to be outside. You don't really, it's just too hot. I go out to get the mail and I'm exhausted and I have to drink like a ton of water just from going out to get the mail. Okay, enough complaining. So now let's go back to this. So I got to decide where the center is here. again because now I have this loop. I didn't have that before, so that's going to be, I think I need to cut one of these ends off. I think that'll work. One more, I think. Okay. So now we're going to take our 26 gauge wire. Boy, I've been going through the 26 gauge, haven't I? See if I could find the end there. There it is. You want to get as much as you can because it's not real fun to have to... Sorry about that. That was my alarm. I don't usually make videos in the morning, so it didn't even occur to me to turn my alarm off. Anyway, that was the beginning of Superstition by Stevie Wonder. You're welcome. Now you have a DJ as well as a jewelry tutorial. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get back to the pendants. So I am going to, oh goodness, that was funny. All right, I'm gonna start by doing 6 wraps right here on the end, and then we'll start attaching our crinkled piece. I'm just straightening out the the 26 gauge. Of course, it's not gonna be totally straight, but that's okay. That way I can control it a little better, but I'm going to work on the short end first. I like to do the short end first when I make, that way I have control. And I'm just doing like 6 wraps. And I'm going to get my trusty pliers here, because what I do is I make it a little bit loose. I just want to make sure I get the wraps in, and then you can kind of straighten them up with your pliers like this. You know, get them as tight as you want. When you're happy with it, then you can start on the next thing, which is going to be, I'm going to take this pendant off of here for now. We will attach it as we're wrapping. So we have this piece that's up. We're going to skip over that. Actually, I'm going to do a couple more wraps, because what I want to do is, I'll just show you. I need my wire to go right here for my first attaching. So let's make just a few more little loops. And now we'll use the long side. Let me do 2 more and see if that does it. So I did 6 and then 2 more, so that's 8. I just want to keep track of that for the other side. Okay. Let's check now. Okay, I think I can do it now. All right, so we're gonna attach our first piece of our crinkle. And I think I'm gonna go, I'm just using my finger and my thumb to hold it on the edge of this. And I'm going to wrap it. Oops. Got this little piece in the way. Okay. 1 wrap and 2 wraps. Now, well, let's do 3. Now, we're going to take the wire and we're just going to go around this piece here. So you're just going to slide it between the crinkle piece and around just this bar piece. And then you're gonna attach again. We'll do 3 wraps like we did on the other. And again, you can push these with your nail. You can use a tool. Okay, so back through and around your piece. Now, I'm trying to pay attention to where I was going to put that pendant because I think it was there. Or was it there? Nope, I think it was. Darn it, I should have marked this. I think it's there. That looks better to me. All right, so let me take this off. So that was, we'll just keep checking it. All right, so 3 wraps again. 1, 2, 3. Let's push our pieces together. And don't worry about this piece, we'll trim that in a minute. All right, and then I think I want to just double check this. Never hurts to double check. If worse comes to worse and you miss it, you can use a jump ring. I think that's right. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that on there now. Let's go through the zigzag. I'm sorry if I was off camera. I hope I wasn't. But you're gonna do the same thing you did. You're gonna do a wrap just around the bar, just like that. And then now we have our focal piece kind of in the way, but I mean, I think it's worth it to have it attached already. So now let's do our 3 wraps. Push those together. And we're gonna do our wrap just in the middle of these 2, right where our focal is. And now we'll go 1, 2, 3 in the middle. Wrap it around. One, two, three. In the middle. Wrap it around. One, two, three. Now we're going to start making our end wraps. I think I said I did 8. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let me, gonna straighten these up. Oops. Sometimes the best tools are the ones God gave you. Okay, so I use my thumbnail for that. We're gonna cut this in the back, well, right underneath here. That way we can tuck it in and it won't poke. Pardon me, my gosh. My tummy's growling. I hope nobody can hear that. Okay, so I'm just tamping down that piece of wire, and we're going to trim this one from the beginning. Kind of want to neaten that up a bit. We'll cut it right here. Okay, so, oops. There is our piece, our focal piece. Now, you have these ends here, and I would recommend making a little loop out of them. So I'm going to do that now. Just for a finished off look. And then also, I might hang something from there. Or not, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I could add something else. I was thinking of maybe those really pretty electro-plated leaves. I think those were, or laser cut, I'm sorry. The laser cut leaves. Get these out of the way. Would be pretty. Oh, I went the wrong way. Whoops. Whoopsie. No big deal. Gonna have to, as Brittany says, finagle a bit. Oh, there's the end. I'd lost the end. It was like being a chameleon. Let me straighten that up a bit. That's what I kind of like about wire. If you're gentle with it, you can fix stuff pretty quick or redo something. You just got to be gentle with it because it will snap. The smaller the gauge, the higher the gauge, the thinner the wire, and the more likely it is to snap. And I think I was using 20 gauge here, so we're all right. Okay. Yay. So here is our focal piece, and my thought is to add chain or wire here, but let's just look at some options. Well, you know, the dragonflies would be cute. If we hung some dragonflies, that's super cute. I also have these leaves. I don't think these leaves are, I don't think I like the leaves as much. Oh, but these leaves that came from the kit, let's see. Those might be really pretty with some beads. So you have these leaves, these gold leaves. Maybe either pick up the red, or maybe use some of the red jasper. I would use some of the red jasper, I think. And maybe a tiny seed bead for a tiny pop of red. And you could hang that right there, or right on these, one of these divots with the crinkle. So that's something to think about for the next tutorial, which will be tomorrow night. And so I'm going to leave you with just a cute view of our project. Thanks for bearing with me on this one. This was a weird video to do because I had to do it in 2 different days, but I think it worked out okay. So if it seems a little weird when you get to this second or third part, I think this is the third part because of my alarm. But I just wanted to show you the you know, the crinkler. I wanted to pick more color for our bead box because the colors were very muted, and I know a lot of times people don't like all the muted colors, but if you add colors to it, as you can see, you can really make it vibrant. Now a lot of that peach or red is coming out of that stone, which is nice. That's what I was hoping for. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for the next part of our necklace tomorrow night. We'll do the actual stringing and maybe add a couple more things. I'm going to think on that. And with that, I'm going to tell you happy Monday morning and have a great week, and take care of your sweet selves and your families and be safe. And I'll see you on the next video.